So time to catch up on some television here. Lindsay made me sit down and watch the first season of Wednesday because I haven't seen it yet. Jenna Ortega stars as Wednesday Addams, an older version of Wednesday Addams. Tim Burton is involved in this. And with the weird, spooky vibes that this got, I can see why Lindsay loves this show. I found it very fun. So at this point in the timeline, Wednesday Addams, played by Scream Queen Jenna Ortega, is expelled from her previous school for a heinously violent act against the swim team, as she is sent to a boarding school by her parents known as Nevermore Academy. It's a school for outcasts, one of whose alumni is Edgar Allan Poe, quoth the Raven, Nevermore. And at Nevermore, she attempts to master her psychic abilities, solve a supernatural mystery involving her parents, and thwart a local killing spree involving a beast. Now yes, there is a lot of zany antics going on, as you would expect from a Tim Burton-esque property, and he does direct a few episodes as well, and you can tell which ones he does. But I think Tim Burton's involvement isn't the only thing that makes this as enjoyable as it is. I think just the overall production design, Danny Elfman's score. Like seriously, can Danny Elfman do any wrong? And I just have to praise the performance of Jenna Ortega as Wednesday. I don't think in any lines of dialogue she changes her inflection one time, except for one pivotal emotional moment towards the end of this season involving her and her roommate Enid, who I also have to shout out here. She's played by the wonderful and bubbly Emma Myers. And she is the daughter of werewolves. Such a cool character in so many ways. And before I continue, I must note that if you look at the aesthetic between Enid and Wednesday, just look at this. Just look at this image I'm showing you. I'm going to tell my kids that this is Galinda and Elphaba. You're welcome for not being able to unsee that. But getting back to Jenna Ortega, man, she's a big Scream queen these days for many reasons, and her involvement in the Scream reboot is a big reason why. And I feel like with the second season on the horizon and how successful this was when it originally came out, my parents watched it when it first came out episode by episode and they loved it. I'm sorry it's taking me this long to watch this series, guys, but I'm hooked. I can't wait to see what happens next. Addams Family properties in general, I am there for. They are just the quirkiest bunch of misfits and they're just weird, man. They are so weird. And all the actors they get here are fantastic. Gwendoline Christie plays the principal of Nevermore, who's a shapeshifter. Very, very cool and domineering presence. A whole lot like Captain Phasma was in the Star Wars sequels. You have Christina Ricci popping in, who previously portrayed Wednesday in the original Addams Family movies, which I think is a really, really cool callback. Gomez and Morticia are played here by Luis Guzman and Catherine Zeta-Jones, the latter of whom is an absolute legend, I think. And Guzman is no slouch either. He's been in a lot of PTA movies like Boogie Nights and Punch-Drunk Love. But I think both of them capture the essence of who Gomez and Morticia are in a new 2023 light perfectly. I can't really pinpoint a weak link acting-wise. And I can't really pinpoint a weak spot in the story either. I was hooked through each episode, and I was just bewildered at a lot of the stuff that was happening. And I thought the mystery that they were telling was super, super captivating. This is why mysteries, I think, are better built for television, because you want to see what happens next, and they want to keep you hooked. And there's more content to go through. Not saying that murder mystery movies are bad necessarily. Obviously, I love me a good murder mystery. I can't wait for more Knives Out movies. But I think the clues that are dropped here and there, and just how Wednesday is sleuthing her way through this entire season, this is television that draws you in, no doubt. Now, I mentioned the production design feeling very Tim Burton. I can't help but notice that a lot of the designs, especially of the monster, are very Beetlejuice-esque. But there's just so many creative and zany ideas and just wacky. My favorite of which is a character known as Thing, which is just a severed, sewn together human hand. And I actually went and I saw some of the behind the scenes of Wednesday after I was done watching the season. The stuff, the motion capture that they were doing to propel this character forward, how they presented this character and how emotionally resonant a human hand is. Kudos to actor Victor Dorobantu. He was magnificent with how much he was able to get across with just a disembodied hand. To this day, I am still astounded by that. And guys, I mean, there's a lot to love about this. And I mean, Addams Family is a property that is very near and dear to my heart. My little brother played Uncle Fester in a high school production of The Addams Family, and I was so proud to see him do that. Which it wouldn't be an Addams Family property if you didn't have Uncle Fester, who just might be the zaniest out of all of them. He does pop up in one episode of this season. He's played by SNL great Fred Armisen. It was so awesome. It was so awesome. Now, my biggest issue with Wednesday as a whole, here's the thing. I understand that mysteries need to have at least one red herring, at least of sorts, just to kind of throw the audience off the scent and make you think it's going in one direction, so that when the real twist actually does happen, it's a bit more effective. When the real twist actually happens and who's actually behind all this, I don't know if I was really getting into it. It took me a second to really have the last episode really explain it to me and have it make sense. And again, this is television. I'm not expecting it to wrap it up all in a little bow, and I'm not expecting all the answers right away. But even still, as the reveal was going on, I was like, I don't know if I'm jiving with this. And maybe you're not supposed to. Maybe you're not supposed to like this character who I'm referring to. But besides that, guys, I loved this season. I can't wait to watch the second. I feel like the creative juices are just going to continue to flow out of these incredibly creative minds. And I can't wait to see more from Jenna Ortega and see what she does in a second season. She is phenomenal as this character. I'm going to give Wednesday Season 1 an A-. Some really good fun stuff here, guys. If you haven't seen this show, it's on Netflix. You're not going to regret it. Let me know what you think. And are you guys excited to see the second season of Wednesday? Do you guys have any memories of the Addams Family? Do you have any nostalgia going back to watch that movie, Addams Family Values, anything like that? Because I love what I do here, guys. I love getting in front of this camera and talking about all things in the entertainment world with you guys here on the regular. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Tap on that thumbs up as well if you haven't already. And stay tuned for more videos hitting the channel very soon. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.